Lord Christ, Isaiah Ward, representing Isupk Delaware. Yo, make sure y'all check out that Nach TV.
When push comes to shove, nigga, what you gonna do? When the strap ain't that me and the strap ain't that you. When push comes to shove, nigga, what you gonna do? When it's time to get the beat, you gotta lace up your boots. When push comes to shove, nigga, what you gonna do? When the Lord say come, then we all got salute. When push comes to shove, nigga, what you gonna do? Nigga, what you gonna do? The ends of time, niggas better open.
Alright, we here with the man, the myth, the legend himself. Telling people who you are, where you from.
My name Captain Yatazaq.
I'm built for this shit. Like Rambo, nigga, we stay with them clips. The white man's a bitch. He the one that ruling this shit. The shackles is on
You know
the
what I'm
family.
saying? Captain 10,000. Going down about here in the big state of Delaware.
Yeah, coming from Texas, man. It's probably a downgrade, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe an upgrade, you already know.
Look, I ain't never been out here before. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, it's an experience.
Right. You ever been up this way? Like, I know you've been to New York, but you ever been up Philly?
Nah, I'm straight to New York only.
Yeah,
that's for the Passover. Other than that, I don't
try to get a chance to take you around the city, man. Let you get some real cheesesteaks, man.
That's what I'm trying to get, man. That's what I had the other day. Wasn't it?
Yeah, they didn't give you that junk. When they took yesterday, they don't even give you ketchup on the cheesesteak.
Nah, we had no ketchup.
They gotta give you the packets. Look, see, I already know. I know my city, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Alright, so we here with the man, the myth, the legend himself. You know what I mean? Captain Yachty out of Houston, man. Heavy hitter. Super duper pillar in the South, super duper pillar in the Southwest region. You know what I'm saying? Super duper pillar in this truth, man. So look, if I could you bring us from Yachty in the world, like to Yachty in the truth, like that transition? That's what we want to know, man. Like, there's brothers out here that's going through what you went through in life. You know what I mean? So if you could take us back to high school, man. Take us back to middle school.
Say high school.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start with, you said middle school.
Mm-hmm.
In middle school, I was I played sports.
Mm-hmm.
I played sports. I played baseball. I played football.
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball. I ran track.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything that you could possibly do.
Right.
Then in high school, you know what I'm saying? That's where I met Officer Malakwa. Shout out to Officer Malakwa.
Big shout out to Officer Malakwa.
You know what I'm saying? We was in a band together.
Uh-huh.
So I got in the marching band from high school. I went to college on a scholarship on the marching band.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I was kind of really known in the city from marching band stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also from the sports. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was kind of all around, kind of well-rounded kid. You know what I mean? And from there, you know what I'm saying, I was always like raised in the church. So me being in the world, if you know me from the world, my daddy was a preacher, my mama played the piano, and I played the drums. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of me playing sports, I was always having to leave practice to go to choir rehearsal, or always having to leave practice to go play at a revival, or play because I played the drums for my church.
Right.
And so from the world, I was into Christianity. You know what I'm saying? I was in starch Christian. You know what I'm saying? And it was just really different. You know what I'm saying? Totally different from what I am today, because my morals and my standards that I had in the Christian church is totally different than what I have now in the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like being in the world, man, we used to do everything.
Right.
We used to run around. We used to, whatever it went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything goes. So me and my clique, you know what I'm saying? We had a clique we called PVC, Playboy Clique.
Playboy Clique.
You know what I'm saying? Look,
shout out to y'all.
Hey, we was running rapid out here.
Yeah.
And we used to run to anything that happened. You know what I'm saying? Any fight, we were running to jump in it. Anything that happened, we was Captain Saberhose. We was just, don't fuck with this person, don't mess with this person.
Yeah.
We was just, that was us.
Yeah.
And so we was known for doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of always been known for just, you know what I'm saying, helping people out or coming to people rescue when needed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So coming into the truth, it really wasn't nothing new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We go stand on the corner and come to people rescue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything we do is for other people, and that's kind of how I was raised. Like,
right.
I was always trying to help everybody else out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's heavy because that's the recipe right there that you just said. You know what I'm saying? Just the rest, like that's the golden rule. Like we help each other out. That's what brotherhood is.
Right.
In the UPK, man.
Right.
You know what I mean, we're gonna come back to that because I want to ask you that question.
Okay.
But I mean, all right. So at some point in time, I know your advice was to put this down and pick the Bible up. Like I know some brothers it was smoking weed. Some brothers it was, you know what I mean, chasing hoes or whatever it was. Whatever your advice was, you had to say, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna take this walk in life. I'm gonna take this path. Like, could you give us insight on that? Like,
weed.
Right.
I was a musician.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to get creative on the drumsticks and make up something outstanding,
right,
I had to get high.
Right.
If I wanted to, you know, I mean, weed was if I had a problem or argument or something with my rib, weed.
Right.
If I, you know what I'm saying? If I wake up in the morning, man, look, I wake up in the morning, smoke, then I eat, then I smoke, then I go to work, then on the lunch break at work I smoke, and then it's all day weed.
So how'd you put the blunt down, man? Like what was that day like? Like bring us to that day.
Okay.
That decision.
It was Captain Mashak class.
Shout out to Captain Mashak.
Okay, so he said, okay, if you smoke weed, he said, if you how did he set it up? He said, if you are a Christian, you are serving another God, and that is an abomination. You deserve death. He said, if you are homosexual, that is an abomination, and you deserve death. He said, if you are smoking weed, that is an abomination, you deserve death. He said, smoking weed is like homosexuality.
Whoa.
That's what I said. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He's like, you are blowing on a rod.
Whoa.
He's like, oh, so you like brown rods.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa. He said, no, you smoke papers. So you like little white rods.
Oh.
And when he said that, every blunt looked like a rod from then on. And I couldn't put my lips to it because I was sucking it.
Yeah.
And then it had the line in it and the lumps and all. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done. So that kind of weaned me off of it strongly. And then I got into the school, became a trooper, and then I was a young officer of 50. I gotta go ahead and keep it real. I fired up the blunt. You know what I'm saying? I was in the school and I fired up the blunt and I got high. And I got high and went to work, and I was a school teacher, taught percussion, right? And this is my first time smoking in like 6 months. I had stopped cold turkey, and I had smoked this one time. I had got so high I was stuck at work. So now I'm at the football game with the kids, and the kids talking to me, and I'm just stuck.
Right.
They like, mister, hey, you alright? I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm high.
Yeah.
It just straight came out.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they was like, I was such an inspiration to them. They was like, what? You smoke weed? Like, what? What's going on? And that hit me like, man, you tripping. Then I tried smoking again probably 3 weeks later. And I was so high, I was like, the floor was spinning. The room was spinning. And I just put my head on the ground. I feel like the Lord's gonna kill me. I feel like right then, that blunt, I was in the school, I was a young 50, and the Lord was like, nigga, I didn't raise you out of this to go back into it. He said, forget you. And I just laid on the floor. And I was like, Lord, if you don't kill me, I'll never do it again. And I ran and jumped in the bed and went to sleep. And ever since then, I was like, I'm done. And then I started telling myself, I said, what if Christ has a 3-year minimum of your vice for you to get on the chariot? And I was like, then that means me even being in the truth, I wouldn't get in on the chariot because I ain't been off of weed for 3 years. So every time I would think about smoking, I would think about restarting that calendar. It go back to 0.
Right.
So I had to tell myself, like, man, if you do it, you're gonna start over.
Right.
You're gonna start over. You're gonna start over. And I've been almost 5 years now.
Mm.
The Most High Christ for the Isupk.
Yeah, Most High Christ. That was heavy. And you know what's crazy? Because a lot of people go through what you went through. You know what I mean? And that it's like that stumbling block that you put in front of yourself. You kind of had to see. You know what I'm saying? You had to see it like unfold.
Right.
Look, I went through a similar story myself. You know what I'm saying? But so now you get through that, right? And now you here today. You Captain Yachty. You know what I'm saying? Houston, Texas own. You know what I'm saying? So you went through that to get you here today. You know what I'm saying? And we know who you are today. Righteous man, strong brother. You know what I'm saying? Now, so you came in Houston quadruple.
Wow.
Sextuple. Multiplied. I don't even know if that's a word. But it did it. You know what I'm saying?
If I could, can I tell you how Houston got started?
Let's do it.
Officer Gabawar.
Uh-huh.
We used to argue on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
We used to argue on Facebook. And I know if you've been the truth for a while, you've seen it. We used to have posts with 3,000-4,000 comments on it, just everybody talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shapat, Gabawar, Adiyar, it was a brother named Officer Kawam Hadabar, Officer Yashar, Officer Tazadat, and Officer Maki. We all came into school at the same time.
Most High Christ. Shout out to y'all, bro.
We all came in at the same time. We came in off of Facebook shit talking. And I was a Christian. 3 of the brothers was fake Israelites. Another 2 of them was Egyptologists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Officer Gabawar created a group on Facebook called Hebrews in the Hood. Because he was a fake Israelite. So he was like, nigga, y'all niggas Hebrews, even though y'all don't claim it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all Hebrews in the hood. So we like, nigga, don't call me that shit.
Right.
So we get in the group and we start banging on each other. Just, nigga, you ain't this, nigga, this information, scriptures, this and this and that. And we all, one day, it was crazy. It was the Most High that did this. It was like, we all snapped out of that shit in one day. I called Officer Shapat, and he was an Egyptologist. And we was going back and forth. He like, that Bible ain't real. I was like, nigga, that Egypt shit ain't real, nigga. Put rings around your neck. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, nigga, go pray to your white Jesus. So one day, he was like, I called him. I said, hey, man, we really are the Israelites. He like, yeah, man, that book is ours. And it was in the same day. And we all met at Officer Gabawar house with our blunts and our Bibles. We sat down and we talked about what it was, you know, that we found that made us realize we were the Israelites. With our breakdowns we had, you know what I'm saying? And Officer Gabawar said, well, we were watching videos of these different camps. Because we were about to start a camp. You know what I'm saying? We about to be the Hebrews in the hood in Houston type shit. You know what I'm saying? Officer Gabawar like, man, let's check everybody else out. So we checked out them purple niggas. We like, man, them niggas gay. Like, the video didn't even make it all the way through. Like, man, them niggas gay. We skipped that. We seen them other niggas like, rape. Skip that. You know what I'm saying? We seen the nigga with the do-rag on. I can't think his name. We seen them. We watched them for a while. We watched like 2 videos. We was kind of rocking with them. But he's like, look at this. And then he put on the UPK, and like the whole room got quiet. And then niggas just started putting blunts out, started looking around, and then I was like, shit, I'm with it. And then they were like, yeah, me too. Gabawar and Adiyar was finna move to New York to come and get into school. And when they called Cap Yatazaq, he told them,
big shout out to Cap.
Big shout out. He said, don't come down here, just start a school down there.
Right.
He gave us Officer Shadiyah's phone number, and we all called. Like, we all was like, y'all want to be in the school.
Big shout out.
All right.
Shadiyah.
All right, Most High Christ. Next nigga. All 7 of us got into school that day.
Right.
And from that day forth, that's what started the school in Houston.
That's heavy.
So, yeah.
Look, man, this is what we're doing on Nach TV, man. It's a path that we take in life. We've got choices. We got a ton of choices to make, right? Somehow you made the choice to stay here in front of me today. You know what I'm saying? Somehow you made the choice for us to see who you are today. You know what I mean? Whether it was wrong or right in the past. You know what I'm saying? It made you come here. I mean, it made you walk the steps and walk the path that you walk today. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's more so not about what you've done in the past, but it's more so about how'd you get out of the hell that you put yourself in. You know what I mean? And that's what we really want to see on Nach TV. We want to see like if you could do it, anybody could do it.
Damn right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like your story is just as rough as the next man. You know what I'm saying? The next man probably got it worse, or you probably had it worse. But either way, we can make it. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas is niggas gonna be niggas, but they gonna make it out the same. We all got brotherhood. If you made it, I could call you because you know what it's like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to this interview, we able to see the inside. Be able to get an interview. I mean, and really see what you came from, man. Because it's not easy coming out the world. It's a hell fight.
If I could, the thing that makes the world so pleasurable is the fact that everybody is there, everybody loves it, and anybody that does anything against the world is an outcast.
Right.
So you're an enemy because you're not a part of them.
Right.
And that's what makes everybody comfortable in the world because they got everybody with them.
Right.
Coming into the truth is more supernatural than anybody could understand because the natural man stays out in the world and do what everybody else does.
Right.
But for you to choose to be on the losing team, you didn't, the world is winning. Look at these churches. The churches is 4 stories, you know what I'm saying? They big as hell. They got all of this money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we choose to come in here. This is what we choose to do. We choose to be in this place. We didn't choose this big castle down the street.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's real. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the Isupk, what it did was it taught me integrity, and it taught me that, like when the scripture said a prophet won't be accepted in his own home, it taught me that that's really following Christ. Really following Christ ain't having everybody by your side, buddy, you know what I'm saying, laughing. And really following Christ is being alone, going through persecution, going through oppression, going through, you know what I'm saying, hard days and hard nights. The Christian church leads you to believe that prosperity and money and wealth, that's why it's so hard to come here. Because you're going to come in the truth, you're going to lose your job.
Right.
You're going to come in the truth, you're going to lose your rib, your kids going to say you're a bad daddy because you ain't buying no Christmas gifts.
Right.
You're going to lose your family. Nobody's going to want to be around you because they don't want to hear that shit you talking about.
Right.
And you ain't even talking about it. You just walking around looking like this. And you are a light to them in darkness because what you are showing them is they can change because they know who you were and now they see who you are. And so this truth is a light that the world don't want to be shined. That's how you know these fake Israelite groups are fake, because the world will push them,
right,
and they will hide us, because anything worth having needs to be hidden. Even the world know that. The world know that we are more valuable than all these other groups, so they hide us.
Right.
They make the algorithms of our video low,
right,
because they don't want people to find this treasure. And you know what? I don't either. I appreciate the world for hiding us.
Right.
Because this place is too dear to me. To come in here and meet a nigga like him, to meet these other brothers and sisters that's in here, I love these brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't want anybody to come in here and to betray the love that we have for each other.
Right.
Just stay out there with everybody else that you love. And let us love each other here. You know what I'm saying? So I thank the Most High for Commander General Hunter and the generals holding on to this truth.
Big shout out to all the generals.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is a safe haven.
Right.
For niggas way in Texas. You know what I'm saying? That we raising niggas out the mud, niggas that never had a family, never saw real love, sisters that never experienced real brothers. They come into school and nobody looks at their ass.
Right.
Like, you know how foreign that is? You walk in, the sister knows she got it back there. She's trying to hide it, but she can't. And nobody looks. That's because we are taught that it's not all about what you look like. We looking at what's inside of you. You got all that, but what's in your mind? You know what I'm saying? And this truth is deadly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I thank the Most High for it.
All right. So, okay. Now let me ask you. What is brotherhood?
Brotherhood is the key to the kingdom. Like, without brotherhood, we can't do nothing.
Mm.
Like, if you look at every other nation, you look at everybody that's around us, they all have brotherhood. Chinese people got brotherhood. East Indians got brotherhood. Arabs got a brotherhood. And they have a society that they call their own. If you look at blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have nothing because we have no brotherhood. Christ said, you will know that these are my disciples if you love one another. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason you can't tell who's real is because, hold on, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the one that said, you will know if you love one another. Damn, Salaki. What's that scripture? We're talking about you loving each other as you love yourself.
Right.
That's it. The problem is, we don't love ourselves. So how can we love each other? How can I give love to you and I hate myself?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Brotherhood is the only way we're going to be able to build the kingdom. And it first starts with us loving ourselves. Self-love is me marrying a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love is me not looking at the Kardashians and saying, oh, that's what I need in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You need to look at a Puerto Rican and saying, that's what I need in my life. That's me loving myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since I got a Puerto Rican wife, I can't be mad at the Puerto Ricans and shoot the Puerto Ricans because that's my family. I can't be mad at the Dominicans and the Haitians and the Guatemalans because that's my family. Brotherhood is the key to building this society. And if we don't have that, that creates ghettos. That creates selling drugs to your brother. That creates pimping your sisters out. Keep making them, making them whores and molesting them and raping them. That creates that, not having brotherhood.
Right.
The only thing that'll free us from this hell is each other. Christ said, the kingdom is within us.
Right.
Meaning, if you want the kingdom, nigga, you need him for the kingdom.
Right.
The kingdom ain't you. And the Christian church led you to believe that the only way you're going to get the kingdom is if you do good and you live right, you going to die and you going to go to heaven.
Right.
The Bible says the way we get the kingdom is I got to love you, I got to love him, I got to forgive this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know I he deserve an ass whooping, but I got to forgive him too. And we'll take love your enemy and apply that to the white man who don't deserve your love, and not apply that to the brother who does deserve it. Because a lot of the stuff that go on is all based on every problem that's in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community is because of the white man. Every problem. Each and every problem can be traced back to the white man and his oppression and the way he destroyed, raped, robbed, and murdered us. Drugs, white man.
Right.
Rape, white man.
Right.
Everything that's going on in the hood, the guns, the white man. It's all him. So if you want to blame somebody, if you want to love somebody, love your brother. And if you want to blame somebody, blame the white man because he is the reason for the hood.
Now, one more question, man, if I could.
Go ahead.
All right, now, why would you choose to be with niggas that you call hardcore Israelites of Houston, as opposed to stepping into the Christian church again? Why would you make that choice?
The Christian church is gay, and it's wrong. It's not the truth. You know what I mean? Like, it's clearly a lie. If you look at the lifestyle of these so-called holy people, they gay. They the rapists, they the robbers, they the drug dealers. They the ones that, if you go to prison, everybody in jail is either a Christian or a Muslim. So the reason I would come and be with these hardcore brothers in the UPK, in this Israelite community, because this is the right place to be. This is that narrow path. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know for a fact this is right because I see how niggas live. We are not the molesters. We are not the drug dealers. We whatever we were in the world, we are not that anymore. Okay. So if a nigga was a murderer in the world, he's not that anymore. Right. And anybody that knew him can say, man, it's something changed about him. Right. That's why I came over here, because it's something that changed in me when I came over here. nothing changed in me when I was in the church. When I was in the church, I played drums, and the blunt that was in the ashtray from before I went to church, I fired it up after I got out of church and went on about my week until the next week.
Right.
Nothing changed in me, but that became a conviction in me when I came into the truth that I never had before. And that's why I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
For real.
Most High Christ, man. Anything else you want to say to the 3 subscribers we got, man?
Man,
2
look,
viewers.
man. I'm going to say this, man. Isupk, the Commanding General Your Hunter, will save your life. You don't believe it? Stay where you at. Blow the rod you blowing. Smoke the weed you smoking. And do what the hell you been doing. That's it. I ain't got no sales pitch for you, because this is a treasure to me.
Right.
And I don't walk around with a treasure chest behind me so everybody can see it. I hide it.
Right.
And so this place is not for everybody.
Right.
So he that has an ear, let him hear.
Right. Most High Christ. Captain Yachty.
Right.
Houston, Texas. We out here, baby.
High Christ.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta represent for the culture. Niggas coming out here with all this funny color hair, skinny jeans and shit. Fuck that,
shit
nigga.
is
We taking it back
fucking
to the fringes. Motherfucking spikes, nigga, representing for the Hebrews.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
real,
Angry
nigga.
black man
Yeah.
media,
That's
nigga.
how
We
we
getting
do
it there. We bringing that
Know
real
what I mean?
shit back.
That's
I
what
match
I'm
my
saying.
guns with the sneaks. That's my fashion week. Go ask the streets. Dog, we got massive beef. We pass elite. Play this on blast, repeat. Let it go worldwide. Let the masses peep. I don't care if she thick or her ass petite. She want war with the D. She a casualty. Long as she don't got no limits like I'm Master P. Fucking bitches! Boom dick style!
Do that shit over again. You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal her with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.